Good night. It's Mary and I'm with Hogwell Designs. So we're gonna make some faux foods again tonight. I'm really part of the Cakery Content Circle, Cakery Creators Circle. Sorry, I always get tongue tied with that. But I am part of that, and so on Thursday nights is our night that I typically will go live, and generally will make a faux delightful dessert or some little creation. So I'm just going to refresh my screen on my laptop or my iPad over here so that I can potentially share myself to another group here. So give me a moment. Let me find myself right there. Let me see if I can share myself to a group. Let's see. Just gotta find it here. There it is. So that's going there. So I see a few people on. Thank you for coming on tonight. I see Tammy and Betsy. Thank you for sprinkling. Kim. Perfect. Great. So what I thought I would make tonight, it's of course going to be autumn themed. I'm wearing my autumn t-shirt. I had to dig it out real quick. And let's see here. Let's just make sure. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for coming on. So tonight I did a sample before I went live because I didn't know, this is my own kind of, I saw an idea and it's like, I didn't have any instructions how to like really do it. So I'm winging it, but I think it's going to look pretty cute. So we are going to make hand pies, and I'm making a pumpkin hand pie, and this is what it's going to look like. So I have created a filling. I'm not quite done embellishing this, but this at least gave me enough to go on tonight where I know that my mechanics are going to work for us. So, and then I'm trying to decide how I would sell this. I'm kind of thinking of a group of 3 perhaps. And then I always like, what did I do? I made a hot cocoa, and I had embellished cookies. I think I made that last week. And so when I did sell it, and I sold it with another little cookie just sitting on the side of the hot cocoa mug. So I'm just trying to think of other ways to add to my creations so that they think that they're going to get more for their money kind of philosophy is what I'm thinking. So that's my thought process. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put with this, if it's just going to be 2 little hand pies or 3, and then some other little embellishment is kind of what I'm leaning towards. So to get started, I purchased some, a set of pumpkin-shaped cookie cutters. I did get these off of Temu. And let's see, it has 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a set of 6. So this is the one that we're going to use. And that was perfect. It fit right in my hand. The other ones, I can take them out. We can show them to you because this project isn't going to take very long. So here's the other one where it has a set, like 2 pumpkins nestled together. Get these open. They're in a box and then in individual little bags. Here's another one. It has a long, skinnier stem on it. Here's one that's just kind of short and squatty. And I think this looks like a pumpkin stack. And then we have a big baby, this one. So we could have made our hand pie out of this larger one here, but I think I like the shape of this. I like that it fits nicely in my hand. So that's the set that I got off of Temu. I'll just put these back in here. Get rid of my little bags here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use Model Magic to make our cookie, and then we're going to paint. We will paint our cookie when we're done here. So I purchased a container. Like this, and I think I got it off of Amazon. It holds 4 8-ounce packages. So here's the package that I took it out of. Betsy likes to use the 1-ounce packages because she does a lot of her recipes are just, she measures it by ounces and knows exactly how much she's going to need. Well, I haven't gotten to that point. I just kind of wing it. I use what I have, and whatever I don't use, I kind of stick it back in the thing. So we need to condition our clay here. Let me see. Okay, there we are. So we have a bunch of friends on tonight. Appreciate it. So I look a little rough today. Earlier in the week, I had a family funeral. It was one of my cousins who is younger than I, passed away from a freak accident. She had fallen and injured herself, and which caused her death. So that was sad. And then I don't know what, I've been really, really busy with a variety of different things, making Christmas in July, doing some events, making product for Christmas in July for some live sales I've been involved in, and trying to be creative and thinking outside the box on different projects for faux foods and decor with clays and things. So it's I've been really, really busy. And Wednesday, that was yesterday, I was just like whipped. Just whipped. It's like I just didn't feel like I got much done. I also have a garden, so I'm working on trying to get, I have my green beans picked, now I'm trying to can them, so it's just been crazy, one thing after another. So you are tired too, Debbie, or are you working in the garden, or what was that? Yeah, I love home canned green beans. I typically can them in pints. I add a little piece of bacon to it, and I don't know, just something about that little extra bacon in there just makes them really, really flavorful, and you just don't get that out of the grocery store. So also the other thing that I do with my homegrown green beans is that when they're fresh out of the garden, I just take off the ends, and then I'll just kind of saute them with some onions and some bacon, and ooh, golly, that's a treat. That is a treat. So, all right, I think I have our clay conditioned. With Model Magic, the key is to help to eliminate any cracking is you want to condition your clay for about 5 minutes. So I've been massaging it here for a while. So I am going to just take a portion of my conditioned clay. I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see my work table. You don't have to see me anymore here. So we're going to turn this down. And hopefully that will work. I think that looks pretty good. So when I don't know, this is just a habit I have. Whenever I start to roll my clay out, I kind of flatten it with my hand. I don't know why, but that's just that's just what I do. And so I'm just going to roll this out. Oops. All right. So I'm going to cut out one of our shapes here. And we're going to try to make 2 tonight here since we have extra time. So I have my one shape cut. We're going to cut actually 4 of these out tonight. I'm just going to set this little guy on some parchment paper. We'll be able to lift up easier when we put the top on. Chicken broth. Oh, now that's a good idea. And some bacon grease. Wow. That sounds spectacular, Kim. I will have to... Now, is it home canned chicken broth or is it store-bought? We'll test you here. Are you homesteading or you're taking the easy button? Either way, it's going to be good though. I should make some vegetable stock or something. Okay, so there's 2. Set this one aside. And we will try to do 2 more. That sounds like that sounds really good, Kim. Yeah, I have soup bones too, and I just haven't had a chance to work with them. We just recently, what was it? Well, we had a beef butchered not all that long ago, and then we had, I asked for soup bones, and then we just had a hog butchered, and I believe I asked for like the hocks. I don't remember if I had them smoked or anything, but I did ask to have them make me lard. I had them do make the rendering and everything. But I just like to, I keep it in the freezer and I use it every once in a while. I try not to use any shortening or vegetable oils other than olive oil anymore. So I use real butter. Okay, so now we have our second one, or one of our tops cut here. So what we're going to do now is I'm just taking an X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut in my slits. Oops. Let's see how this comes out. We might have to start over. Yep, that was a fail because my clay started laying on top of my other clay and it made it look ucky. So we're going to try again. Oh, wow. So smoking your meats in more like a, what is it called? Like the cold smoking, or is it curing? Do you want to try to cure your meat or to actually smoke it and then you would have to freeze it or can it or something? All right, we'll try this again. Try to figure out a better way to be able to pull that out of there. So we have some rough edges here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of use my X-Acto knife just to kind of tidy it up. And then over here, I'm just kind of just tidying it up as well. And then I can just kind of stick my finger along the edge there and kind of have it kind of rounded over a little bit. Okay, and we'll do this side. But I think doing it without having a like a cookie cutter that cuts them out like this, it really makes it look handmade, as if you were really making a pie with the little cutouts. Okay. that looks pretty good. And then we'll just do a slit in the middle. That. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to pick this up and I'll put it over on my parchment paper, and we're going to try to do one more. Oh, smoke, hickory smoke it. Hi Barb, thanks for coming on. So tonight, Barb, we're making a pumpkin hand pie. And I made this one earlier today to see if I was able to, if I had my mechanics correct, make sure I could really do it instead of going live and having it filled with bloopers. So I had to test it out. Yeah, I think I'm going to embellish it a little bit as well, Eileen. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little cinnamon on it, and then either some white glitter or some diamond dust. Not quite sure which one. We'll probably start with the glitter and see how we like that effect, and then we can always add the diamond dust. All right, our last cookie shape cut out here. I'm going to stick this, well, we're going to set that aside just for now because I have to cut out my little slits here. So we're going to cut those out again. Okay, there's one. Okay, just one more slit, and then we can start to assemble these. All right, now we'll put our clay away. Okay, let's put this guy up on my parchment as well. Let me get another piece here. Okay, so for my filling, I created a kind of like a drizzle or it's the same ingredients as you would make for a drizzle or a drip. It's your caulk, the white caulk, it is paint and Mod Podge. And so I came up with a color that I liked. So this is the messy part. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread this on my little cookie. Oh, my mom is watching. Hi, Mom. We're making, let me show you. We're making these little fake pumpkin hand pies. So they're good. They look good enough to eat, but please don't. Okay, so then I'm kind of just spreading it so it's relatively smooth. And then I'm going to grab one of my shapes that I have the cuts laid out or cut out, and I'm just going to just make sure, just kind of lay it over the top but not on top of it yet, just to make sure that I've spread it out far enough. Like that. I think that's good enough. Let's scoop this over just a bit. So now I'm just going to lay this down on top. And now I'm just going to take a plastic fork and we're going to go around the edges. I'm just going to press down. lost it. Okay, so I'm just gonna check it again because this Model Magic, it will bounce back up. So I'm just going to go around and give it another press in areas that need it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to set this one aside and then we'll do our other one here. Hi Amanda, I'm doing good. I hope you are as well. So we're making pumpkin hand pies. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to need to embellish this up a little bit with some cinnamon and some glitter or diamond dust yet. Okay, we'll see how this is going to fit over the top here. Make sure we need a little more right up here. Okay, I think that looks good. So now we're just going to lay our top crust on top of here. And then I'm just going to cover up my drip, my frosting or my filling. Okay, so now we're going to take our fork and we're going to press the edges again. All right, there we have our 2 hand pies that we've just completed. Now we are going to paint them. And I created a paint color, and I mixed 4 different shades of paint to create a color that I thought looked similar to a pie crust. So we're just going to paint these. I want to make sure I paint the sides. And then later on I will paint the backs as well, but tonight we'll just paint the fronts. I want to get down in those little grooves. I don't want to see any white. So along the where we cut out for the slits, you also want to get that edge as well. So you want to be really careful along there so you don't get your paintbrush down into that the filling that we created. Okay, we're just about done here. So what we could do while this top coat is drying, we could start painting our other one here. Or, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just let this one sit and dry, and we'll start painting our other one here. I know it's boring watching someone paint, or watching someone watching paint dry. That's even worse. But I don't know. I don't have anything to to transition to. So we'll set this aside and we'll let that top coat dry. And then what we're going to do, once that's dry, we're going to do some dry brushing on it to give it a little more detail, and so that it looks like it just came out of the oven with the little round edges and things. So anyone have fun plans for the weekend? I don't think I have any. I think I'm canning green beans. Oh, actually, just before I came live, my son called and wanted to know if his youngest daughter could spend the night Friday night. And so she is quite a character. She is 9 years old, and I raised 3 sons, and so having a little granddaughter, and this one, I have 2 actually, but this little gal is all girly, and she is a riot. She is loves to dance. She's a show person. She's actually she spent the day with me one day, and I had a live scheduled in an event, and it's like, well, I'm trying to entertain her, and I asked Dad if it was all right if she went live with me. So we crafted together, and it was fun, a lot of fun. So if she comes over, well, she spends any time on Saturday, maybe we'll go live together, and we can craft together again. I have to think what she could do. If we make faux food, or if we do some painting or something, maybe. That's what you're working on, Kim? You're having a craft show in November? It is a lot of work. I haven't had like a true blue craft show. My very first event was at our county fair. It was 5 days, but I felt I was brand new in running my business, and I just felt that it was a good way to get my name out there, and I did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy packing and unpacking and setting up. I do a lot of my selling now live on Facebook, so that is so much easier on my body and my relationship, because I relied on my husband to help me set things up, and so all right, I think we have our second one pretty much painted here. We're going to set that one aside, and we're going to transition back to the first one. Clean my brush out. And that's pretty dry, not quite, but I think we'll be all right. So now, get my brush cleaned up here. All right, now I'm just going to use, this is honey brown, and we're just going to use that to do my dry brushing. And so I'm just getting some paint on my brush, and I'm taking it mostly all off. And now I'm just going to dry brush over this. I think you can kind of see how it's transitioning and making it look a little like more baked on the edges and such. All right, I think looks pretty good. I got a little dark down here, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so let's get this covered up here. So I have my little pie all painted. I don't have the back done yet, but I will do that here later when this front dries. But I think what I want to do next, I think it would be kind of cute if we added a little cinnamon to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray these with some Mod Podge. So we're going to put a little cinnamon on first, and then we are going to put on some of this fine glitter so it'll maybe look like sugar. Oh, he's just worried it's gonna come like barreling out of there. There, I think That looks pretty good. And now we're going to sprinkle this with some of this glitter. Alright, so there is our decorated hand pie. We just have a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on it and a little of the white fine glitter. And here is our other one. So I think if we stage them, I have a little plate here. If we set them on our little plate, maybe put this one, the wet one, down first, so that hopefully they don't stick together. And set the second one like that, and maybe put a third one down here, maybe when we get this other one finished. So that's my project. I think that looks really cute. So I'm going to turn the camera up here. So I think it was a success. I think they're darling. If you make some, I'd love to see yours as well. So I'll have to see what else we can make that's similar to this. Maybe some apple pies, or I got to think what else is kind of fall related. So we'll perhaps make some more hand pies here in the future, or if I may not make them live, but I might have them posted on my page. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by tonight. Betsy, Eileen, and myself, hopefully we'll all be able to participate next Thursday. I am also involved in another event this weekend. It's Christmas Around the World, and I have an idea that I'm working on. It's related to the heritage of my husband's family. If you know, Schultz is my last name, and that is very German. So we're going to do something related to the German culture. So you'll have to stop by. It is going to be faux food related, so if you're interested in that, I'd love to see you. I will be live on my page, and then I'll be shared out to a few other places. So I'd love to have you stop by and watch that as well. And sprinkle it out there to your friends who might like to see that as well. I'd appreciate it. So with that, we will see you perhaps Sunday. If not, it will be on Thursday with the Cake Creators Circle. Or if I get a wild hair, I might just go live on my page on Wednesdays. I do a Wild Wednesdays. So, well, I have an idea that I want to do actually, so I might do it live. So anyway, we will see you again soon, and have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.